So after my grandparents finally died, both of them, the ones that beat the shit out of us for years, it was like 5, almost 6 years, literally beat the shit out of us with everything, threw us downstairs, all sorts of stuff. The cops took us away in the 90s. So after they actually died, all the stuff, was starting to get divided. Like the house, the car, blah, 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 gets sold. You know how it is. And families, I feel like that's when the real shit comes out. You see, like, who's really just about the money and whatever. Well, all that's going through, even the stuff, like, we used to have Pokemon cards, all that good, like, the good stuff when we were kids living with them. It had, like, each had our own binders full of Pokemon cards. They just gave all that away, after we got taken by the police, our grandparents just gave our shit away like we weren't there, even though we were there for, like I said, almost 6 years, 5, 6 years, the whole time in elementary school. So all of that, whatever. And so they died. My mom was actually the one taking care of them, which, I mean, if that was me and my kids went through that shit, like, with my parents, I would never socialize with them again. And that's what I'd always had a kind of a tiff with my mom and my other brothers and sister. Like, they wanted to sit there and have conversations with my grandparents after everything that they did to us. I mean, they beat the shit out of us literally for years. And on Christmas time, they would try to buy our love. So, personally, just like, fuck them. Like, to be honest with you, we deserve money from those motherfuckers. They stole our childhood, like, our parents along with them, We wouldn't have been in there if it wasn't for our parents being shitty parents. Anyways, so they all go and die and whatever, and stuff's starting to get split up, and my cousins, the ones who like acted like nothing happened, but they were there. They knew something was going on. You know what I mean? So these guys literally freaking go in, take everything that they can, and the lawnmower, all tools, everything, and whatever. So freaking. My mom's all freaking out on this and that, and it was one of these cousins who was always trying to kind of act like, oh, like he started his own business and he was doing good for himself, like, hey, good for him. Not jealous or anything like that, but I just never worked for the guy because I didn't trust him and his wife. His wife's actually my cousin. He's married, and I just didn't trust them because they were there babysitting when my grandparents were beating the shit out of us. I know I told my cousin before. They didn't do nothing. They didn't call cops. They just was like, well, you gotta try not to act this way. Don't talk back. You gotta be good. That type of bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So even knowing that they beat us and everything. So I called his ass out. Like, they're sitting here taking this and that. And I straight up, I texted him, like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, you guys just sitting here fucking acting like you're just going to take everything and just go sell it all off. And he's all, oh, whatever, I helped them out for years and blah, blah, blah. Like, most of that stuff came from me. And whatever. And I'm like, look, I don't give a shit, to be honest with you, man. Like, but for all you guys to sit here and do exactly what I figured you people would do, I said, I think it's bullshit, especially since you guys knew what was happening with Grandma and Grandpa. You knew that they were beating us. And he said, this is no joke. I wish I would have screenshotted this, but I deleted it. I was pissed off. This motherfucker straight up says, well, we were only 18 at the time. What was I supposed to do? I don't know, call the fucking cops. I mean, kids are getting beaten, thrown down the stairs, hit with belts, broken rakes and shit. And you're going to say, well, I was only 18 years old. I didn't have the wherewithal to call the police, even though I started my own business a couple years later. Like, I didn't know that was a problem. And he's like, well, after that, I was like, you just call the fucking cops because kids are getting beaten. He says this, well, my dad used to beat me, and I just don't talk to him. So you're talking to the people who beat us. Well, they never beat me or did anything to my kids, so, it's okay. I said, so it's okay that they beat us. They beat children as long as nothing bad happened to you. And he didn't have nothing to say. That's the family I lived in. Straight up, like, these motherfuckers sitting there, no, we got beat. They know we got beat. They 100% know it. And well, it didn't happen to us. It didn't happen to our kids, because we sent our kids there for years and they never got beat. Honestly, 2 of them are gay, you know, like, and I don't care about all that stuff. But, you know, they're more on the feminine side, you know what I mean? So I don't know if it had something to do with that, because me and my brothers are not. We were fucking wild ass boys, you know, like boys, you know, going out biking, causing fucking hell. So when you got this dude, my cousin, who's been married in for years. I mean, he's been cheating on my actual cousin for 5-6 different times. Dude's now on meth, which is like, hey man, karma, bitch. You know, that's what happens when you go and sit here and act like this and that, but fuck them. When I said that's straight up, I was just like, and I said, that's why I never took a job from you. That's why I never worked for you. That's why I never took anything from you guys, because I knew you guys knew and didn't say anything. And you're going to sit here and try to play some other trip. I said, but fuck you, don't ever talk to me again. And that was it. Like, motherfucker, you could have done something years ago. Like, you were 18 when we were still going through it. So, could have done something. So that's what I got to say about that. Like, that's just another story, like, of just a fucked up trauma family, like, that just sits there. And the problem is the cult mentality of family. Oh, it's blood, it's family. And I fell into that bullshit, you know what I mean? I really fell into that bullshit for a while. That's why foster care was so hard for me. I had some good people trying to do good things, and I just wouldn't let them, because I had that fucking stupid cult mentality of like, oh, you're not blood, I can't listen to you, you're not family, you don't know what you're talking about, you know what I mean? Like, and then that was dumb. It was dumb, like, because people could have really helped me, and I just wouldn't let them. And now that I'm back with my family, I've dealt with all this extra bullshit trauma, you know what I mean? All this extra emotional trauma, because I wanted so hard to try to hold that family thought together. And yet they're all still so stuck in that trauma or else denial. So, you know, sometimes you just got to move on from your family and, you know, create your family and create what you want and find friends and like a wife or a husband, whatever it may be, some friends, and make them close to you and make that your family, because you get to choose your conditions, and you can with your family. I've done that with my parents and whatnot. That's why I don't talk to my dad, disown whatever. Same with my mom. I don't barely talk to her, because I was like, nope, I don't want to hear nothing about my meth head brother, my drunk fucking sister. Don't tell me shit. If you do, we're done. So, like, you set your lines, but, you know, like, you can have full-time relationship with boundaries with friends or people that you choose to be with, or if you find them, are lucky enough to find people as cool as you or want to be with you or around you. Or my problem is I just haven't found anybody that I felt like I was connected with, and I don't know if I ever will, but we'll see. You guys have a good day. Peace.